hoy comienza ahora. 今日教育现在就开始。
Educación de hoy comienza ya. Education today start now.
Welcome to Education Today. I'm Rebecca Johnson from Katanning High School in the Armstrong School District. Tonight's production was put together entirely by students at Katanning Senior High School as part of the Education Today Challenge, which challenges classes to come up with an idea for a show and then do everything from writing a script to directing the show themselves. Tonight we're going to talk about the foreign exchange program at Katanning Senior High School. We are very fortunate to have a few of this year's exchange students with us tonight, Erica Campaverde and Jen Lee and her host family, Doug and Kathy Flanders. Our third foreign exchange student, Luis Gonzalez, was not able to be here today. Welcome to Education Today. Ladies, please introduce yourselves.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Jen Lee. I have an English name, which is Valerie, and I'm from China.
Okay, my name is Erica Campaverde, and I'm from Ecuador. And Ecuador, if you don't know, is in South America because there were a lot of people who asked me, like, where's Ecuador? And I was like, it's in South America.
For those of you who may not know, as a student, what was the process of becoming a foreign exchange student like?
Okay, first we had to like fill up applications, and we have to take a SLAP, it's called a test, a SLAP test, to see how good we are in English. And what is that?
And then you will get to apply the application, which you have to put your photos and informations, other stuff, to help you find a host family that fit you. And all your grades in high school have to be at least C, no D. I think that's the whole process we have to go through.
Were you nervous?
I was, a little bit nervous, but more excited for my new experience in a foreign country.
We were just like nervous because like we didn't know the people that we were going to know here and everything, but it was okay. We weren't like scared or something. I was like exciting and everything because it's like you just think about all the new things that you are going to live, and I couldn't sleep the last week that I knew that I was going to came here, and I was like I couldn't sleep. But it was okay.
What was it like leaving all your friends and family and coming somewhere where you didn't know anyone?
That was the worst thing, leave my family. Like, I just realized when I was leaving, it was like, oh my gosh, I'm leaving. And I was like, okay, bye. But the worst thing is like to leave all your family and say goodbye to your friends. But then, I don't know. It's okay.
Yeah, I agree. When I first time came here, you don't feel sad, but you kind of feel a little bit disappointed or upset, or because all your friends and families are not here with you anymore. But on the other hand, you get to know more people here, new friends and new family, and and I'm not like a really homesick person. I just feel really excited to be independent.
Yeah.
Were you required to have any special classes or a certain number of years speaking English?
The English is like a subject that you have to take. Like, it's not something that you can choose in the high school. So everybody has the same years of English in my high school. But it depends. If you are good in English, so you don't need extra classes. But if you are not so good in English and you take that test that you have to take before to apply to peace, you have to take extra classes if you didn't do good on the test.
In China, every subject is required. You don't get to pick your subjects unless we have 3 study halls in the afternoon. You can choose like interesting subjects for yourself, but others are really, you don't get to pick it up. And as for exchange student here, for the PACE, which is our organization, you have to take world culture and American history here to help you have a better culture experience.
Yeah.
What made you want to become a foreign exchange student?
Like everybody would like to be an exchange student, and I just think that it's that new experience, the curiosity thing that you have, like you want to know a new culture, improve your English, make new friends, and I don't know, it's just like to know more about the culture and everything.
For me, I just want to try some new thing that I never experienced. And I really want to improve my English really fast because I took English at high school and middle school for 1 year. So it's 4 years, 4 years before I came here. You really can learn many things that you can't learn in China because it's a new situation and a new country.
What was the hardest thing to overcome as a foreign exchange student?
The hardest, I think, is the cultural difference and the language, because at many situations I can explain myself really perfectly, so people probably don't understand me perfectly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard because you can't say it really, just get that point, and you feel really anxious about that. So it's kind of funny, but and you really miss your friends and family sometimes.
Yeah, like
especially get traditional holidays like Chinese New Year, sometimes like that.
Yeah, like when you have a problem and you want to talk with someone and you don't have the words to say in English, it's just like you need to talk with someone and it's like there's no one that speaks your language, so you just need to say it in English, but sometimes there's no word to explain that feeling that you have. But, and yeah, like Valerie said, the holidays, like, you know, Christmas and everything. But, you know, like sometimes it just feel like, you know, our host families are so good with us that we just feel part of the family. So sometimes they make us forget that we're not in our family because they are so good and with us, okay, we're okay.
What is the best thing about being a foreign exchange student here at Katanning High School?
The best thing. There's a lot of good things. Like it depends in different aspects that you see. Like the good things, like you improve your English, you have new friends, everybody knows your name. It's so funny because we're just like walking there, it's like, hi Erica, hi Erica. Erica's like, hi, wow, everybody knows my name, and it's so funny. And yeah, to live a new experience, like you can tell to everybody when you come back in your country. And like I said, like you have a very good English now. Like you don't have to think about too much. Like, oh my gosh, wait, let me see. Like just the word just come out.
I think the best thing first is English, because I feel more confident with my English, and I can say it naturally and just come out. And the second is I really you are like be able to get helped by many people at school, like teachers, students. You have any questions at any time, they will all like help you to solve it. And another thing is I think you got new friends and you got like a new family. it's really
Yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you participate in any extracurricular activities?
Yeah, I am in band, and I really like that class. It's just like amazing to be in band. I don't really do like too much, but I help. And we were in track, and it was a good experience too.
I take course class in at high school, which is different than in China, because we don't have course class. We have a music class, of course, and you get to sing a lot, and I love singing. That's why I pick it up. And we have like spring and Christmas concert. We have musical going on in school, and it's really fun. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, we have a Christmas concert in band too, and we're going to have a spring concert in band too.
Both.
Yes.
Are these activities available to you in your home country?
In my home country, we have track, like just like gym class, where we don't get to compete with other high schools. So we just have like in gym class, and we just do between us. But now here, like you get to compete with other high schools and everything. And band, in my high school, we just have a music class that you get to learn some like music, but like how to play the flute and some of the guitar, but it's not too much like here. Like you can see here like big trombones, trumpets and everything, and it's like really cool because you just get to see in my country those instruments like for professional people, like in the symphony or something. But here it's like so cool to see all like young people playing those instruments. Like I really like it, and I think that your band is awesome.
Yeah, in China we have a music class, and we learn like it's more like music, culture, and all the information. You don't get to sing a lot, and they will introduce you like some famous musicians and music style, all kinds of music. But I would prefer a course because I just love singing.
What will be one thing you learned here in the United States that you may not have learned back in your home country?
I think probably language and independence. Yeah.
Yeah, you get to do a lot of things by yourself because like I don't know. I just think that the culture is different too because like I mean in my high school like the seniors they don't like get to drive like here. Like here all the seniors have a car and everything, and we don't really need that in Ecuador. Like that's why like everybody has their license here and everything, so yeah.
Would you encourage others to pursue becoming a foreign exchange student?
Yes, I will, because you really get to know how to live your life by yourself, and you know how to organize your like every single day. You need to organize your money and your schedule and everything. It's not like back at home your mom and your dad can take care of everything. Of course my host parents take care of like most things too, but it's still different because you have to think and plan for your life.
And like you get to like improve your English too, and you make like new friends, so it's like it's a very good experience. Seriously, it's like you're never going to forget that experience that you have here, like, so yeah, it's good.
Were there any customs or traditions in your families that you initially thought would be bizarre?
I don't think like traditions or customs will be bizarre. They are just like different that I do with my family. They are just different. I don't think that they are bizarre.
Yeah, I don't think there's any like tradition or rules in my host family that make me like really think it's funny. But like when I first came here, they just I just saw a bunch of rice there, and they were going to feed me rice in the first several weeks very frequently, and that really made me laugh really hard, because I don't know, it's just really funny when you see many rice in another country, and I'm not really rely on Chinese food, so I just told them, you don't have to feed me rice every day. I'm ready for American food.
I think that like the most like thing different like is the food, because like I don't know, like here like is usually like almost usually to have a piece of pizza or a hamburger and everything. Like, but in my country we don't have that like as a dinner or as a lunch very usually. We just have like plates of like food.
I have guinea pigs.
What are your plans for after graduation?
Okay.
I will come back to repeat my senior year next year. I am a senior now, but I didn't have my junior year, so I don't have enough credits to graduate from high school. If I go back to China, I will be a junior next year because they don't recognize this year here. So I will have 2 more years in high school. So I would prefer 1 year, and really get out of school.
I'm applying to be in a college in New York because I have family there. So I'm just going to college the next year, and I'm going to see if I'm going to be able to come back the next year to go to college here in America.
So both of you plan on returning to America?
Yes.
For next year.
I'd like to thank Erica for joining us today, and we hope that you enjoyed your stay here and have a safe trip home. Now we're going to take a short break. We'll be back in a minute to talk more about the foreign exchange program. Stay tuned.
Before I came to IUP, I had no idea what college would be like or what role I would play or where I'd be in the future. But when I came to IUP, everything changed. I met people who really made me feel like I belonged. I had great classes at a great nationally ranked university. Hi, my name's Megan Miller. I'm a fine arts major, and this is my university.
Welcome back. Now we're joined with Jen Lee and her host family. Please introduce yourselves.
My name is Kathy Flanders.
And my name is Doug Flanders.
What was the process like to become a host family?
We had to complete an application by the Peace Organization. Peace stands for Pro-American Educational Cultural Exchange. And on that application, we had to list references of non-relatives that could give us verification of who we are and that have known us, to give us a good word to be possible host parents. We had to pass several clearances by the state, the Child Abuse Registry, and the Criminal Record Check. The Peace Organization took care of that for us. And about a week after that process began, we were interviewed by one of the Peace representatives, field representatives, and stayed with us for several hours, one lengthy afternoon, evening, and visited our home and asked us questions, and we talked about everything from schooling to money to discipline and a lot of issues. And then after that, we got a packet of information with pictures of Valerie and information on her and her family. We got a host book to read, what's expected of us as host parents. And then about 2 weeks after that, we went and picked her up at the airport. So that was the process.
What made you want to become a host family?
Well, I guess we could back it up about a year ago, this past summer, when my husband and I had gone through a very difficult year with family situations. Both of us had major surgery, and my mother had died, and we were doing we were very busy at that time with church activities, and we had to pretty much cut out most of those because we didn't have time. We were running to the hospital all the time. And lo and behold, it's the middle of July, and I looked at him and I says, well, he almost died 3 times last winter. And I said, we have really been blessed. Being that everything's over now. And here we are, our children are raised. We have 2 wonderful sons who are adults. And I said to him, let's pray about this and see what God might have for us to do now. We had to pull out of youth ministry. We love teenagers and worked at the church in our youth ministry team. And do you want us to go back into youth ministry? Well, after I prayed that prayer, 3 days later, we got a call from the field representative from Peace, and it was to ask us questions about Erica's host parents.
Which is neighbor.
The neighbor. And at the end of the conversation, the woman said to me, have you ever thought about being a host parent for a foreign exchange student? And I thought, well, not really. But then she said the word that the light bulb went off in my brain. She says, we have girls that need placed. Well, after raising 2 boys and never having a daughter, this was exciting. So I said to him, give me a couple of days so we can discuss this as a family, and I'll get back to you. That was a Wednesday. We had the conversation on Friday. We said yes. And so things happened very quickly after that because, like I said, it was like 3 weeks till school started. And the only thing that was required for us after we had the interview is we had to make sure we had a bed for her and just a place to hang her clothes and just maybe a couple dresser drawers. And that was it. So that's how we got started. And we feel that this is a ministry, having Valerie in our home, that instead of us being youth counselors, now we're full-time youth counselors because it's around the clock. And it's been a wonderful experience.
And we never thought we'd become international youth counselors, but we kind of have. That's occurred.
Yes.
And just picking Valerie from several pages of backgrounds on people and a little picture, and I think it was outdated at that. And we've been truly blessed with picking really the right girl for us, and I hope she feels the same way about us.
What's your favorite memory with Jin Lee?
There are several, but the initial one, I'll let Doug talk about that.
Well, there's just been, like Kathy said, many, many special moments with her. We picked up a 15-year-old girl who just traveled, which is hard to imagine, 12,000 miles by herself, and flew into Pittsburgh International Airport. And I see this little, at that time, I was quite surprised. She was very, very bold. I mean, she was focused on her luggage. I mean, she had to find out where that luggage was. And she went right past me, I'm thinking, is that her or is it not, Finally, I stopped her and I asked her, I said, are you Jin Lee? Yes. I said, and that was very special, that alone. Then getting her home, I have a rather large garden, and she mentioned, I know earlier in the show, about being in the country, and she's a city girl, wide open spaces, green grass. Her comment, we walked up, we have our yard has a backyard hill to it, and we climbed up the hill, and I showed her the garden, which she never experienced a garden, and her comment was, it's so green, and the air is clean, and it's just beautiful, whole new experience for her. And that was, a real major learning experience for me. It's things you don't think about, what it's like 12,000 miles away in China. But that was special. And then she's just fit in with our family like it's amazing. Her brothers, I'll call them her brothers, Doug and Matt, they've taken to her, and they encouraged us to get involved in this. As Kathy said, it was a family decision, and they were involved in the family because it was going to impact them too. And these 3 now have just hit it off. Couldn't be any better. It's just been wonderful.
But besides the garden and the family, we had a picnic for Valerie on Labor Day. That was my most exciting thing to show her off to family and friends. And she says, "What is a picnic?" And everything that's happened, like all the holidays, we had to teach her what those were. What is Halloween? What is Thanksgiving? What is Christmas all about? And just to take her through the process of the year and explain all of those holidays and what they mean. Been a wonderful thing for someone who is so-called green and doesn't know what we do here in this country. That was very exciting and very adventuresome for me.
Would you encourage others to become host families?
Definitely. This is not only a one-way situation where we bring Valerie into our home, but we also learn about Valerie and her country and her home situation. So it's a cultural exchange. And yes, I think it's a wonderful opportunity for public relations and to have our countries to be connected as a friend in this way. Yes.
Is the language barrier a problem?
Valerie, she mentioned that she had 4 years of English, which is required once you get into the 7th grade in China, is my understanding. So she had 4 years of classroom English. In China, she really never had the opportunity, it's my understanding, to converse really outside the classroom. So she really never got to practice what she was, or applying what she was learning. And I know that day at Greater Pitt, when we picked her up, it was a little bit of an adjustment, obviously, for us, because we found out real quick that we had to speak slowly, because she was trying to she's hearing it in English, translating it into China to comprehend what we were saying, and then putting it back into English and then speaking English to us. So obviously we had to adjust our speed of speaking to her, and but you can see now how she's progressed and blossomed from those early days. She's just amazing. And I mean, once in a while we'll say a word that she hasn't picked up on yet or is new to her, and we try to fulfill her need there from understanding it. And so every day is a learning experience for her, but it's also a learning experience for us, and it's just been really great.
Do you think you would host another exchange student in the future?
Well.
Oh yeah, it's been a tremendously positive experience in all.
And we are getting her back next year. She's staying with us since she is 4 credits short of graduating from Katanning High School because she actually skipped her junior year. She's staying with us next year to finish at Evangel Heights Christian Academy in Sarver. And she'll get her diploma there and then go on to college. I believe her plans are that here in the United States. And we have a daughter. So this is what our focus is right now, is on Valerie. And I know we'll have her at least 1 more year and possibly for the rest of our lives.
Well, that's our show for today. I'd like to thank our guests Erica Campaverde and Jen Lee and her host family, Doug and Kathy Flanders. Today's film crew was from Katanning High School, led by teacher Josh Miklos. Great job, guys. Please join us again next week for another look at the Armstrong County School District. Log on to our website for updated information about the district and have a great week.